What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Spicy Shield Talk. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with my boy Chris, and we got some breaking news all day, night, and all day long. We want to thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We have some special guests that are going to be joining us. And really quickly, if you didn't know why we were playing that, that was straight out of Compton. If you saw the presser today, you know what that meant. Again, I know there was no sound. Listen, they cut us off with the quickness trying to play that up in here. Probably have to just continue, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Coach straight from Compton, baby. I love it.
There he goes. You heard it in the press conference right there. I was born a Raider. I was born with the Raiders rolling in the Coliseum in LA. I was rolling with NWA talking straight out of Compton, rocking Raiders hats. You know that, right? That's right. All right, everybody. Like I said, welcome to the Spicy Shield Talk. This is Woodson Whiskey Wednesdays.
What's up, Raider Nation? I got a special message for you. Come on, you know what it is. Raiders.
Yahoo's made this.
Let's go. Come back and play here for a second time around. You guys welcome me back with open arms, as if I never left. And this team is going to get so much better really, really soon. I want you to take a look out in the center of this field and look at all the guys that came back for this moment here today. We understand what it's about. We understand Raider Nation. We understand Raider love. Since 1966, you guys have been coming to this stadium and you've been rooting this team on the victory. You've seen this team win 3 Super Bowls. And we know the love that you have for this team. It ain't going nowhere no matter what it plays. We thank you guys for being here. And if you would just indulge me one time, I need that Raiders about you, baby. I need that Raiders. So if we get it, and we can get it on 3. 1, 2, 3, Raiders! Raiders!
Yeah.
If that video didn't get you hyped, this man right here, our new interim coach, Antonio Pierce's presser today should have gotten you hyped. I will say this. I have not been this excited to be a Raiders fan in a long time. And I'm not even talking necessarily about the Josh McDaniels firing. Okay? That's happened. Who cares? Let's move on. I never want to hear his name again. This guy right here got me excited to be a Raiders fan again. He is talking about that smash mouth Oakland, LA Raider mentality, bringing the swag back to Oakland, the swag that's been lost for so long. Hey, anyone can speak a good game. He's got a lot to prove, but I like what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I think, a lot of us, we get tired of just hearing the talking. We heard a lot of talking during the Gruden era. And even McDaniels, we heard a lot of talking. And at the end of the day, this may not work with Antonio Pierce, but just hearing his presser, I was fired up, man. I mean, because you could tell he's a player, for one, so he's going to be a player's coach. He's all about accountability, and he's all about just bringing that, like you said, that smash mouth, that just gritty, we're going to outwork them. And a couple things he said is like, man, we got to get back to like bully ball. You know what I'm saying? Up front, bully ball, pushing people around. I love that, man. That's
that Max. He said, feed him. He's a dog. That's the
type of dog. He said, I'm gonna let Max eat. He said, we're gonna let Max eat.
I'm gonna let Max eat, and he hungry.
Let's get it.
I'm excited. Before we get started, remember, like that torch, hit that like button, subscribe to both of our channels, share this video. It's going to be interactive, and we're going to have some special guests, Raider Nation fans reaction. Also, hit that super chat button. Donate any amount for your chance to win a Woodson Whiskey t-shirt. Of course, he's a sponsor. Woodson Whiskey is a sponsor of this show every Wednesday. And every time we say this word, fired, make sure you take a drink if you don't drink, toke, and if you don't toke, twerk, or just play along with us. We've got a hot show coming for you. Let's get into some of these comments here. People are excited. Thank you, everyone who was very kind to let me know there was no sound. Like I said, you can down immediately, but you feel the vibe. And we were just kind of warming up there.
Hey, we was rocking in the background, though. We was rocking.
We was. Raider Travis, thank you for being a supporter of the show. It is really a rebuild. If we're already in the middle of a rebuild, we were told wasn't going to happen. Okay, here's the thing with this, though. It is a rebuild. It is. It is what it is. But
They knew it was.
I like two things about this. If it's a rebuild, then let's start now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's start now. And that's what they've done, and they've proven that. And this is why I think they've proven that. They didn't just make one move. They didn't just make two moves. They made four moves, actually.
Get them all out of there. Get them all out of there.
So we got rid of, obviously, Josh McDaniels, fired. Dave Ziegler, fired. Jimmy G, cut. Lombardi, fired. Y'all can go. And like I said this a while ago. I want it all. If we're going to get all three, I said I also wanted the fourth. Get the funk out of Vegas. Well, guess what? We're stuck in Vegas, but now we got LA and Vegas. And for me, I'll take that. For me, I feel like that's a check for number 4. I feel that's a check for number 4 because that's really all Vegas needed was a vibe. They need some swag. They need some vibe. They need some life. They need it in the stadium. I hope the overall tone in the entire stadium changes.
Right.
I don't know if you saw the reel that the Raiders released today with Marshawn Lynch doing that presser, hyping it up, talking about he was cussing in it. They bleeped him, of course. That's the mentality I want in that stadium. So I feel like we kind of got all today.
Yeah, I agree. And just with him, like I said, I mostly remember him as a player. He was just a hard-nosed player that was just flying around. He wasn't Ray Lewis, but he gave you that Ray Lewis feel. Like he was a leader. You could tell he was a leader on the field. Guys looked up to him. I didn't really know him too much as a coach. I know he coached high school for a little bit, some college. Did a little bit of position coach in the NFL, but if you can connect with men, you can connect with men regardless of where you're at, and you can tell. There was one picture, and I'm not sure if you posted it, but somebody posted it. It had a picture of him on the sideline, and you could see Max behind him. It was like Max was just like looking at him, just fired up. He was just fired up, it's like he fed off of him, man. So. Man, I'm hyped, and Spicy, we both were kind of like, is getting rid of this coach the best thing to do right now? We both kind of had our opinions on it, but after hearing this press conference, I'm ready. Let's go.
Listen, this was my thing, my big thing with kind of being on the other side of the fire McDaniels thing. I didn't think honestly that the Raiders actually had a plan, and that concerned me. Right. And I'm like, okay, if you fire him, then what happens?
Then what?
Okay, they had this team meeting. We don't know what happened, but clearly voices were expressed. I heard Mark Davis went on like a one-to-one lunches with the top players. Clearly voices were expressed. And I think that those were the two game changers between what the players had to say, the active players, but also I think what the alumni had to say. And we're going to take a little bit of that too. I mean, I think, you don't really hear players kind of stand out or speak out in this capacity.
Right.
Especially respected alumni of the Raiders.
We have got it.
Right here. Charles Woodson, please make it stop. I mean, enough said right there. Go ahead.
And we know that, Woodson has Mark's ear. We know that. We always see, videos of them sitting next to each other in the box, at the games. Like, for one, Davis, has always loved the alumni, so, Charles Woodson and him have a great relationship. And when I saw that, I was like, yikes. I was like, that's real. But We'll play we'll show the other ones, but I'm like, okay, it's getting real. It's getting real.
This one right here, I think hit too. We all love Mr. Tim Brown. He says, I can't remember the last time I intentionally didn't watch the end of a Raiders game. Tonight was too tough to watch. Not because I'm embarrassed, but I feel their pain. Literally. This is not a situation that can be talked out of. You got to play your way out of it. And I just want to continue really quickly before we comment on that, because he did have some follow-up tweets that I want to cover here. Because, like I said, we all love and respect Mr. Tim Brown. I think as Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
If
Mr.
not,
Raider. Mr. Raider.
There you go. He goes on to say, and I think this is a great point. A lot of things I don't say because I know my words can carry weight. Well, so he knows it. So he knows what he's about to carries weight, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the players can't say it because they are in the fire. But I feel like this was a repeat of the 94 season when internally we knew we had a problem, but you couldn't say it publicly. And we all remember that. So he's remembering his time of having this issue, but being an active player, he didn't feel like he could speak out. He's in a different role now, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, let me stand up for these guys because I feel their pain. Literally, he said. He said, Monday night debacle in 03 versus Green Bay. I told Al Davis after the game, you have to make a change for the soul of the organization. Midseason changes aren't easy. So kudos to Mark for making this move.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Honestly, I did not think Mark had the kahunas to do this. So much respect for him, man. And I know that a lot of the fan base and you know, Spice, me and you always talk about how sometimes this fan base still gets on our nerves. You know, I still see the whole sell the team. Like even during the press conference, people were like, sell the team, get rid of Mark Davis, but whatever, man.
He actually did what they wanted him to do.
Exactly. But I'm like, whatever. But the fact that, you know, he took the time to meet with the guys, to meet with the Max Crosby, to meet with the Devontaes and hear them out, man. Like that's the kind of stuff that, you know, people can make fun of his haircut and everything else that he does, man. But one thing about Mark, I don't care what nobody say. He cares about his people, man. Like even that first year, the COVID year, you know, he didn't even go to the games because the fans couldn't go. So, you know, I let a lot of jokes and stuff go, you know, about Mark, man. But me personally, I respect that dude, man. And, you know, he made a tough decision. He's not a football guy. He's not going to make all the right decisions. But, man, you got to respect certain things about the dude, man. So, I don't know. We need to chill out with all that stuff, man. Shout out to Mark Davis.
It's unnecessary right now. We all can agree maybe that, you know, his haircut isn't favorable for us. But like let's just end it already because
let's end it.
As much talk. I mean, listen, I've had my fair share of opinions about Mark Davis, but when something is done that we agree with, how can we still have an issue with that? Like let's give the man some props.
But that's not fair.
Props when props are due. You may not like every decision he's made. I certainly haven't. But when he's actually doing what you're asking, you like the Raiders fans still can't just be like,
right. Like I was embarrassed, like looking at. I mean, a lot of people was you know, the presser, and you know, I just like to randomly just look at the comments, man. But it's so toxic. But I will say, most of the Raider Nation was happy, but you just got a few of those idiots, man, that just.
Well, I mean, it seems like this is what most of the Raiders fans wanted. We got it. And really, I think besides the closed door meetings, what really got Mark Davis to say, you know what, we have to make a change. It was this alumni. It was all these alumni speaking out.
This is the one that got me.
I don't really even see him speaking about anything.
Don't talk. He don't talk, bro.
So Bo Jackson going to come out and say the Raider Nation definitely deserves better. It's time to change on the field and in the front office. So I think these are the game changers here. These alumni that he really respects, he really takes care of his former players and Raiderettes, by the way. And I think when he sees these kind of tweets, like Tim Brown said, it really does carry weight.
Yeah.
This is the game change. These tweets were the game changers right here.
Exactly. Absolutely. And the thing is, and I will say that, you know, these players probably saw Raider Nation was unhappy. You know, we made our. Well, I ain't gonna say we, but you know, a lot of you guys made your voice heard. You know, I don't necessarily agree with the way some people did it, but at the end of the day, let's shout out, you know, Mark Davis. Let's show some love. And it took some kahunas to make this move, because he could have easily stayed still, because he's out of a lot of money by making that decision. He's out of a lot of money. I mean, we saw that now that we saw the contract, because we didn't have the details before. Now we saw the details. Man, he paid Josh, and Josh is getting every cent of that, sitting at home.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal for him. I wouldn't mind that gig.
I know.
But on the real though, yeah, that's a tough decision to make, and even with Jimmy G, because there's a huge investment with Jimmy G. He's not sitting at home, but he's going to be sitting on the bench, because then Pierce has already said we're going with AOC. Yeah. They asked him why. He said because we think he gives us the best chance. So you're also benching a ton of money as well. Yeah,
and shout out to Jimmy. Again, it just didn't work here. It just didn't work. But at the end of the day, one thing about Jimmy, I think he's professional. He's not going to sit and pout, even though sitting on the bench making what he makes, I wouldn't pout either. But I think he's still going to be a good teammate. He's not going to act like our previous quarterback did and just take his ball and go home. I think he's still going to be out there helping Aiden, have his clipboard, try to tell him what he saw, and just be a good veteran mentor.
I think so too.
Yeah, so shout out to Jimmy on that. I think he's going to take it well.
And I think he might be fine in that role. I think he honestly might be fine in that role. He doesn't have to fear getting injured. He's still
right.
And we all thought that was kind of going to be the role that Hoyer was supposed to play.
I know. I promise you that, Spicy. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't even know where Hoyer stands in all of this anymore. I mean,
it's a wrap for him. Yeah,
No. I mean, it is a wrap for him. I just mean in terms of, I don't even think he doesn't even get to hold the clipboard. Just stay home.
Nah. He in street clothes, chilling, eating hot dogs.
Yes, I agree with you. Sun Goddess Press.
Sun Goddess, what's up?
Fire. Woo! It got me excited. I haven't been this excited about being a Raiders fan.
Make sure you guys check that out. If you guys haven't saw it, if you're a real Raider fan, you're gonna love it. Yeah. I mean, because it just brings that fire back that we were missing, and I didn't even realize I was missing it until I heard him. I'm like,
I realized it, and that's why
I'm like,
damn, for so long. These have been some of my issues with some of the former players. They don't have that fire. I've said this for so long, years. It seems like once it's shifted to Vegas, the whole culture, the whole vibe, that's how they wanted it. I think they're learning that that's not working either. Let's bring in this coach who is ready to coach these men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get it back to what the Raiders were about. You're still going to make your money. You know what? And if
money's made. The money's made. All the tickets are already sold.
And if
they show up or not.
Here's what they're too scared. They're going to start to be too scared to show up again. Good. I don't want them in the stadium anyway. They're annoying.
Right.
Dirty, what's up? He says, yo, I'm so happy about today. I think that's kind of the consensus overall.
For sure.
Leo, can I get a hell yeah for Coach AP?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Travis says, the way I see it, it's a rebuild since McDaniels and Ziegler took over. They said they weren't going to rebuild, but they're going down. That is what I meant. Yeah. We know what you meant, and we're saying we're glad that they made the decision, and it's happening. It's happening now, and not one at a time, now.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And you know what? Actually, I was going to say, I think this is maybe why nothing happened at the trade deadline. We all thought we were going to see Renfro go. We all, wouldn't have mind seeing Chase Young come out, but no deals were made. And I think this is why. They knew this was going to happen. They weren't going to let Ziegler and McDaniels make any more moves in regards
to our future, knowing you're not going to be here. Yep,
you're not going to be here, so don't make any decisions for us. We know what we have. We know our core group of guys, and we're willing to work with that. So let's just because I was surprised to see Renfro even suit up. I thought for sure he was going to be traded.
Yeah.
So now looking back in hindsight, I think that's probably why.
Yeah, because honestly, I think Renfro is going to be part of the future plan. I mean, they're going to try to find the coach or play caller that can get him involved because, I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen Renfro do well. He does have a specific skill set, and we just need a coach to pull that out of him. But I like it. Honestly, I can't reiterate how how pumped I am. Because again, everyone knows that the last regime I was for, and I'm going to stand on that. I'm not going to shy away from that. But it was something different. I heard something different today. It reminded me of like a young Herm Edwards, and I love Herm Edwards. Just someone to get me fired up that used to play, that can you can just understand that he understands what's going on. So I can't reiterate that enough.
Yeah, definitely. And let's go. Listen, we got through the hoorah today. We are excited. We could be excited about a lot of things. That guy hyped me up for sure. But let us not forget the challenge ahead, shall we? I mean, this is the struggles that the Raiders continue to have. Look, I mean, they're 31st, last, 30th. I mean, total yards, rush yards, pass yards, points per game. I'm surprised they're not last at points per game. Jeez, who's last?
I know, like
there's somebody worse. I'm surprised. Red zone, we all know the red zone has just been completely terrible, just not being able to execute whatsoever. Third down, of course, and that's what they used to use Renfro for, some of these third down conversions, but they're not using him anymore. Maybe they'll start to, but this is a huge uphill battle. So, we can all be excited today that there were some changes made, but at the same time, this is a lot to overcome. This is no easy feat here. So there's questions out there, right? Who, and I don't think they've been answered unless I've missed it. Who's going to be making the play calls? Pierce alluded to the fact that they're not ditching the entire playbook. They're still going to be using a lot of it, but they're going to be utilizing it in a different way. So what do you think, Chris? Like how do we overcome these hurdles that you see here on the screen?
So to be honest, I think the biggest thing. So I think we're at the point now the players can play loose. Kind of when Gruden got fired, you notice that the quarterback, Carr was a little bit more loose. He had more power to trust his eyes, to be able to make play calls and adjustments and things like that. I think we just got to be at the point now where we got a young quarterback. Let's try some different things. Let's be more creative. If it doesn't work, oh well, we're already 31st in total yards. So let's try some double reverse. Let's try some more screens. Let's do some halfback talk. I mean, we have nothing to lose. I mean, we have an inspired defense that's playing, running around. We've been waiting for decades to get a defense like this. I mean, they're not the best, but the fact that they're running around middle of the pack, they're hungry. And like he said, I was hyped when he said, we're going to let Max eat. Like, let those guys play. Let them be who they are. And, a lot of things with McDaniels, it's all about it was his way. Everything had to be his way. So, hopefully the guy that's going to be playing or calling the calls, I forgot his name, Bo, something. He was our quarterback coach. He's going to take over the play calls. Hopefully he hears what some of these guys are saying, like, hey, we're too uptight. Let's try something different. Let's be more exotic. He's a younger guy, so it's one step at a time. Like, we have to be realistic, Raider Nation. It's not gonna it's not gonna fix itself overnight. I mean, this thing was a train wreck for a while, heading in the wrong direction. I mean, there may be a chance that we still get smacked on Sunday, but I'm looking for, are they playing inspired? Are these guys running around? Are these guys hitting, making tackles, running around like maniacs and giving effort? That's what I want to see. I want to see them do that for 4 quarters. The X's and O's will work itself out, but I want to see inspired football.
Yeah, I agree with you. So let's get into some of these comments here. I know there's a lot which we definitely appreciate.
Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are lit tonight.
Yeah, shout out for sure. Remember, like that torch, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing here. John says Robert Spillane had his broken hand surgically repaired yesterday. Yeah, he's actually been doing really well. So I like
him.
Like him. I do too. Hey, he's wearing the green dot for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's really been able to help that defense out. So hopefully he still can. I don't like to see stuff like that, of course.
Yeah.
Sharif says Renfro's salary too much for most teams right now. Yeah, that could have definitely been an issue. That's too. True. But I just really think the Raiders put a halt on it. Because if they because clearly like they're not at this point, they're not really worried about losing money.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right now they're just like
You know,
we gotta.
so you know, if Renfro had to go for a lesser price, I'm sure if they really wanted something, they would have. But I just think they would have said, I think they said, hey, you know what? Let's just stick with what we have.
Facts.
Because it doesn't seem like money at this point is their decision making factor. Because they're cutting and benching a ton of it.
Yep, that's true.
Tony says, didn't think it was going to happen. Salute to Mark Davis. I actually didn't think it was going to happen either. I thought they were going to. I thought Mark was really going to let him write it out. But again, I think it was really the pressure from the alumni players.
Yeah, because you don't hear that, man. I mean, Bo Jackson, for Christ's sake, Bo Jackson,
right? I don't think I've ever heard him like speak on anything.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that he took time to comment, and that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. Let's see. Real men are Raiders. Yeah, Presser got me super hyped. I didn't even feel this is excited for the first week of my football. I'm super excited. I know, that's what I'm saying. I haven't felt this excited about being a fan, I'll say. Not even about forget about just the team. I'm talking about really just being a fan. Like I'm excited to root this guy on and to root this new team on, and this I don't want to say new mentality, but bring back that old school mentality that this man clearly has.
Right. Come on, my thing, even if, I mean, again, we want to win. You know, it's all about winning. But, I mean, I just want to see our guys just running around and just causing havoc and just bullying people, at least right now. Like, we'll get to the point where we're winning games and the X's and O's, but, like, it killed me seeing our offense and defensive line just getting dominated. That just killed me, man, just watching that. So, man, again, shout out to I don't know what the drinking game is, but I'm drinking to my boy AP. Shout out AP, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
If you are playing, the drinking game alert is fired. But you know, today's just a day just to drink, I think. Be excited. Salute to what the Raiders excuse me have done today. So before we get too excited now.
Let's get to the business.
Still have a losing record. Hopefully we can turn that around. You know, it's hard to even predict what the Raiders will do these days, but that's all you can say is you can
watch us come out here and clear these four. Just being some Raiders, just on some Raider type stuff.
That would be nice, but honestly, like they're too wishy-washy to predict anything.
They are.
I mean, you'd like to say that the Giants are a game that they should win, but we saw what happened, you know, with the Bears. So, look, best case scenario, I think, hopefully win the next two at home. That takes the Raiders to, 500? What would they be at that point?
Yep. That would be, we're 3-5 now, right?
Okay, so 5-5. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then maybe get lucky and split? Maybe? And then stay 500? At 6 and 6?
Yeah, the Dolphins going to be a tall task, but the Chiefs, I don't care nobody say, the Chiefs could be beatable. The Chiefs look beatable to me. I mean, I know Mahomes was hurt. Hopefully Taylor Swift and the Swifties, hopefully she's not there, and then we can really smash them.
That's what we're writing on now, Chris. Seriously.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. She's going on tour.
Okay,
not that I know. Not that I know.
That's where we went. We're basing the Raiders. Okay. Can I delete that part? Randy says, I guess I am the
one who got to bend the knee on this one. I was definitely wrong. Nah, Randy, I'm with you. Me and you were kind of back to back on this. We was kind of against the world. A lot of people was really talking crazy to us. We do have to bend the knee. You know, we were wrong. But I'm with you. Don't ever think you're by yourself.
Well, speaking of against the world, and I don't know if that was a pun intended, but that was one of the quotes from our new interim head coach in his presser today. Honestly, if you all missed that, after we wrap, go watch it because it was pretty amazing. I was excited. So this is also one of his quotes. He says, "It's us against the world." I mean, this is this is the kind of mentality. And he kind of had this like, usually like I don't like smugness, but I kind of like enjoyed his smugness today.
Man, I loved every bit of it, man. You could just tell. You could just tell, man. He got that it factor. Like we gonna bring it. If we don't win, we're still gonna bring it 1,000 miles per hour.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some more of these comments here. Charles says, damn, it would be 40 years since we won the Super Bowl. Let that off. That doesn't have to sink in. I think about that every day, honestly. That is in my mind every single day. I see memes. It's kind of funny, like the way Raiders fans like to troll others fans. They make no sense to me. You know, after being in the Bay Area, you see a lot of kind of the back and forth between 49ers and Raiders. There was this like meme going around that they were calling them the 29ers because they hadn't won a ring in 29 years. And I'm like, seriously, Raiders fans?
We have no room to
hold
talk.
My beer, try 40. Like
Facts.
seriously, just and don't make fun of them to the fact where they can bring that up.
Like what about you?
People might not realize that. Let's keep that buried, okay?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Let's see. Tony says, I don't think we getting smacked this Sunday, bro. Gonna show fight. I hope so.
I mean, the Giants are not good, man. They're not.
Neither were the Bears.
Yeah, that's true.
You see why we all apprehensive, you know what I mean?
I know.
You know, like I can't wait for the day where we can actually be like, yeah, we're gonna go and so
Yeah.
Like we're like, we hope.
Like I remember at least during the Gannon days, like we can look at the schedule and like circle wins. Like, okay, we're gonna get 1, 2, 3. We can't circle nothing nowadays. Nothing.
That's right. Well, we are going to bring in one of the friends of the show here to weigh in his opinion on everything that happened today. My primo, Johnny from Nation What's Hated. What's good, my friend?
My boy, what up?
What's up? McDonald's on the menu. No more happy meals, no more sad meals. What's up, man? How you doing?
We good. So tell us, like, when did you hear the news, and what was your initial reaction to it?
I was about to go for a run, and I look on my phone, and I posted it 6 minutes ago. I was like, oh shit. And someone did message me saying, did you see what happened or something like that? And then I thought to myself, oh shit, it can only be one thing. So I left, took me to lead, and it said he's gone. They fired them both, relieved of their duties. And I'm just like, damn. And I'll tell you one, if you're the coach or you're the quarterback, I'm going to stand by you to not, but if you know, they didn't do anything right. We were waiting for it to all come together. We felt like, okay, they got something up their sleeve. You can't be that stupid coming from the Patriots.
Wait, what?
It really lost against Detroit. It was disgusting, as I would say. Disgusting. It's nasty. I've seen people get hit the way they did, the way they F things up.
Were you expecting so much of it to change, though? Were you expecting to see McDaniels go, Ziegler go, Lombardi go, and Garoppolo benched? I mean, I was surprised to see that much happen all at once. What were you surprised at that? And what did you think when you kind of like heard all of it happen? And it spread out a little bit. We got the 2 majors last night, and then sprinkled into like this morning and this afternoon. But what did you think about it overall?
I feel like Mark Davis did what he could, and he stood by them, and everyone felt like he was never going to do anything about it. But when he's going to do something about it, he did everything about it. and the cards are going to keep falling. You don't know what else they want to do, but I like the way they're falling. I really do.
Yeah, so with that said, do you think there's going to be any more changes made? Like, is Mark Davis done? Is this it? Is he going to ride with these guys and he's chosen, or do we see more? I mean, everyone's on the chopping block, I think, at this point. Do we see more changes in the future? Do you think this is kind of like we're rolling with this?
I don't know. I feel like they have to just ride out with what they get from what they did, figure out from there if your team is good, who's really good, who's not really good. I mean, it's a change of circumstances for every player. So I think, you get better from everybody, no matter who they are. It doesn't matter if you're a random linebacker from Denver, like the ones they got today. Like you have a chance to just come here, have fun. I mean, the worst already happened, right? So now you just give it your best. You have nothing to worry about anymore. Just play football and do it the Raider way.
Yes, I love that. That needs to be like the new campaign going forward. They put that reel out about, doing things the Raider way. And like, it's about time. I mean, for so long we've been saying, oh, it's the Patriots way, in a sense. And that clearly hasn't worked out. So yeah, buy with the Patriots way. Let's stick to the Raiders way. And let's start to make some positive changes. Let's be moving in the right direction. My goodness, it's exhausting already.
For sure. I know, and I don't know how true it is. Just when I was on Twitter, I saw something regarding Renfro. I guess there was like a trade that was like on the table to send him to the Saints. And I guess Mark Davis, he shut it down. So I guess they started ghosting all trade calls because Mark said we're not going to do that. So I think that's interesting, man. I think that's interesting. Again, shout out to Mark, man. He showed some a lot of he was real ballsy and did what he had to do, man. That's a true owner right there. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I had heard something like that too, or read something somewhere where he said he was shutting things down.
We can't lose no more games. Except you want to.
I think you have to be a little realistic. I mean, not lose to win out is going to be damn near impossible. I mean, let's manage expectations a little bit here, because to win out, I mean, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's like, again, it's as much as we want to go to the playoffs. Like, my thing is, let's build a foundation. Let's see what we really have. Let's see if this is the right coach. Let's see if this is the right, if we got the right play caller, or if we need to, go back in the well and find someone. So it's all about just seeing if we can make some improvements from a foundational, brick by brick. If we can get that foundation going and keep that defense in place and let them continue to get better, find an offensive guru, keep my man AP as the overall coach that kind of sets the tempo for the rest of the team, then I'm with it, man.
I'll let Johnny respond. I think he's on a bit of a delay.
Because we have some talent, but we need somebody who can lead the way. Thought you'd be good because they're gonna outsmart everybody somehow. They never did. They never did. So you just gotta deal with that. And yeah, I mean, who do you have to play against though? I mean, the Jets. What do you guys think about the Jets and other teams that we have to play, or other teams in the conference that you think can give the Raiders problems?
Chris? What happened?
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on mute. But no, just kind of, talking about the Jets, I am a little bit worried about that Jets defense. They got some dogs up front. So I look at what that front did to Aiden against the Chargers. I could see the Jets trying to do the same thing, especially if they watch the game, the Detroit game. These teams are just going to throw the kitchen sink at us because they've already seen it kill us week after week. So, and the Jets already got a good D. So I'm curious to see how that's going to look. So I am worried about that game. And then, of course, all of our division games are going to be tough. So, I think having our first game with the Giants, that'll kind of let us know where we are. And, kind of let us know where our floor and our ceiling's going to be. That's a hilarious meme.
I know, right? How many can relate to that too? By the way, what? It keeps happening.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Johnny. Yeah,
For real. Yeah. I'm just glad that we have a chance to come in games with more energy and competence, because like we can be in every game. So you don't know what's going to happen with this season. You just got to stay in the game, try to win some games, steal as many as you can, and try to get over a little hump where you blow those stupid close games. We not lost that game. And of
Right.
course a few other ones, but that's behind you now. You could start over. And it's crazy when the Henry Ruggs things happened. We played the Giants. Our season changed. Crazy stuff happened. The worst part of the season. Now it's like losing the way we did to the Lions. That was terrible, and it's like rock bottom for real. But now you're playing the Giants again, so it's like I feel like the same cycle again. But I think but we can't trash it like we did with Bisaccia. That obviously proved wrong. You can't do that to people like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for weighing in with us, Johnny, Nation's Most Hated. If you don't follow him,
boy,
make sure to follow him. His memes are hilarious.
Hilarious, man.
So
shout out Johnny, man. Good seeing you.
Make sure to follow him right there. There it is, at Nation_Most_Hated. Thank you, my friend. Nice having you.
He has fire merch too. I just got some fire merch from Johnny, man.
He definitely does. He definitely does. Let's bring our next special guest here. We got a couple people waiting backstage. We are going to get to our next special guest, Scotty Waddy, Raider One. What is good, my friend? I know you are excited about this because you are
happy dance.
I know, right? Let's see it.
He been wanting this.
Man, I've been hyped since this morning. Boy.
Talk your talk, Scotty. Talk your talk, man.
I haven't been this happy about the Raiders since we signed Devontae Adams. That's real talk. I have not been this happy. I woke up. It was one of the rare nights that I go to sleep early. I went to sleep early last night. I was tired, and I woke up, phone lit, Facebook lit. Everybody was like, Scotty, you got it. You got it. I love this shit. But go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I was gonna say you remind me of some of my cats that I'm we got a little network group, man, and whenever I think about like when all this happened, you actually crossed my mind. I'm like, I remember that first show me and Spicy had. Scotty was on my neck about this regime, man. I'm like, I know he's somewhere doing a backflip, man. So shout out to you, all y'all that stood strong.
But let me address that because I had a few things that I didn't want to say, but let me address that now that you said it. Yeah, you're right. But at the end of the day, I understand that you want to win as much as I want to win, and we don't have to disrespect each other.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not necessary.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that, I believe it was on last week's show, and I agree 100%. We don't have to talk. Why I got to be a dumbass because I got an opinion? That don't make sense. And I'm not saying you called me that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm saying, other people, you state your opinion. Oh, you a dumbass. But anyways, that being said, I got my LA Raiders because y'all know I'm an LA Raider. I got my Inglewood Cup because my boys from Compton. And
Compton, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Shout out to you. Salute, man.
Salute. For sure.
Definitely celebrating today. No, I agree. I agree with you. We should all have our opinions without being slandered. And I think right here, like I said, if you didn't see the presser today, you missed out on a gem.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, that presser had me hyped up, like you guys mentioned earlier. Man, I was over there. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier, boy. Ooh, I had ice cream. Today was a good day. I was bumping that. I started cleaning shit I didn't need to clean in the house today. Man, ooh, today was a good day for me. But at the end of the day, we gotta see. I totally agree with you guys. Based on that presser, my dude's gonna come up and he wants that smash mouth football. That's what I felt. What he was trying to come across at. So I have to totally agree with you guys on that. And that's what I want to see. I grew up LA Raider. I grew up. with that mentality. That's why I'm a Raider, because I like that football, and back in the day you could do that. I understand the rules are different, but to me, some of these penalties, I'm gonna say, like the Tillery penalty when he hit Vanilla Sherbert out of bounds. Good. So what? So what? I don't care. Max Crosby got one. Boom, popped him. So what? Take
Right.
that penalty.
Ah.
I get it. Don't take that penalty in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. I feel you on that. But in the first, second quarter,
Let them know not don't do that again.
well, yeah, pop that fool. So I'm about that smash mouth football. Another thing that I wanted to touch on, is it my turn? Because I'm just talking.
Yeah, it's your turn. Go.
Okay, all right.
It's your floor, man.
Another thing that I wanted to touch on, you guys mentioned earlier about rebuilding. And this is playing semantics, so don't get me. I'm not disagreeing, but I don't think this is actually a total rebuild, because we got hella players. We got Renfro. I think he's still a great player. We got Crosby. I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't need to say nothing else. We got Adams. I don't need to say nothing else. We got Josh Jacobs. So yeah, we're a little bit we're lacking in the quarterback era. I'm not sold on Aiden O'Connell. That's not a knock on him. It's simply maybe he's just not necessarily ready. Am I okay with giving the boy a chance and letting him go out there? Sure, why not? I think there is something to be said. I'll say this, and I know this is an unpopular opinion. I'm not a Jimmy G fan, disclaimer, but I think there's something that might be said about having his experience out there right now. And I think we might see him at the end of the season. I don't know, but I think there's a possibility of that, simply because of experience and simply because O'Connell's he's been a little shaky. Now, we'll see what happens. I don't know, how long do we give Aiden O'Connell a chance? I don't know. I don't know how long we give him a chance. Does he get to ride out the season on a pass because he came into a shitty situation? Okay, some could argue that.
And maybe they don't know either. Maybe they want to see what he can do against the Giants.
Right.
We saw what Hoyer did against the Bears, so maybe they don't know yet. And if he ends up balling out, okay, throw him in again. If he ends up doing well, throw him in again. And then fortunately, if he doesn't end up doing well, I'm not in this situation, because who knows where to go, really.
Right. And I'm also, and I'm not, again, unpopular opinion, but I'm also in favor of, you know what? Throw Jimmy Garoppolo out there the first half of that Giants game. Let's see if something changes, if, something about his experience. But I'm not opposed to O'Connell either. So that's a toss-up for me. I don't know which way it could go, but I think we might see Jimmy Garoppolo at the starting. I think it's possible.
They already said he wasn't, though.
No, I understand. No, I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about by the end of the season?
By the end of the season.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. I think that's a possibility. Now, I'm not opposed to giving O'Connell a chance. Let's go, kid. Let's go. Let's see what you got. I'm not mad at you. What are you going to do? Drop from 30th to 31st? I mean,
right. Yeah, right.
There's no place to go but up.
Right.
On Monday, Angela, we had this conversation about firing the coach. So what do you do now? And I understood your point, and I made a devil's advocate point. It's like, well, what do you keep it or do you don't? I don't know the answer, but I'll tell you, I was surprised. Another thing, Chris, that you mentioned, giving Mark Davis a shout out.
Yeah, you got to. Got to.
I hated Mark Davis, and then he got Devontae, and I was like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I hated him again, but then he goes and does this, so I'm like, well, you know what? Okay, and then I think Angela, you brought up the point. Hey, they're giving you what you want. Don't be mad at it. You're right. And we don't know all the behind the scenes stuff. I'd love to know what happened in that
that meeting.
Ooh, I want to know.
I wish I was a fly on the wall for that.
Where's Hard Knocks now when we need them?
Right. We had the weak Hard Knocks with AB messed up our Hard Knocks.
I know, right?
This should have been this year.
Yeah.
This Hard Knocks would have been lit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
they should just like follow different teams, and whoever has like the best Hard Knocks like
Yeah, like the
and
yeah,
then
like
they
the,
want to go on air, and everyone else gets like left on the cutting room floor.
yeah, but okay, the Raiders are the biggest train wreck right now. We're gonna follow them for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah. Let's take who's most toxic and put them on.
Right.
I will say this though, because you're repping the LA Raiders hat. That fool, I shouldn't call him a fool. I don't mean that in a bad way. That coach, that man, he had me wanting to go out and buy. I wish I had an LA Raiders hat to wear today. Like, I don't have one. I almost just threw on my Oakland one.
Leo, you're in the chat. Leo, make sure you holler at Spicy. Get her a LA Raider hat. Just like Scotty got. Get her one, man.
That's the business.
That guy man is making me want to put on an LA Raider hat.
Yes.
That dude said, I rode from Compton to the LA Coliseum bumping NWA. I was like,
I was sold. I'm like, let's go, man.
I'm about that.
Like, can you bring your crew from Compton to Vegas and stick them in the Black Hole or wherever, Wind Club? I don't care where. Can we?
Yeah, let's get them in there. They're not going to do the wave. They're not going to do the wave. They're not going to do the wave.
Yeah, let's do that. Come up in there with that Charger jersey, motherfucker.
Yeah, you might get clotheslined. Let's get
it. But lastly, I think I got I'm gonna say, and on that same premise that we were just talking, I got another unpopular opinion here, man. Over the past 10 years or so, with Mark Davis at the steering wheel, we keep saying once a Raider, always a Raider. Ooh, I'd like to put that on suspension for until Mark Davis is gone. Because this motherfucker bringing in some motherfuckers that I ain't too proud to claim. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Who you talking about specifically?
Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, he don't count. He don't count.
He doesn't
Garoppolo,
count.
McDaniels, Ziegler, all the motherfucking Patriots that he brought with. He could take all them motherfuckers wherever they want to go. I don't give a shit.
I feel like maybe there's an asterisk on the once a Raider, always a Raider. First of all, you have to at least play one game.
Yeah, Antonio's out of there.
Like at least an entire season. Like
I got you, but all the other fans was talking about, oh yeah, Antonio Brown is a Raider. Antonio Brown is a Raider.
I was saying that. I ain't gonna lie. I was saying that because I was in my feelings. Like, how y'all gonna pick and choose? Once a Raider, take them all. I feel you.
Chris, you sound like you bought a jersey. That's why.
Who? AB?
Yeah.
I was hyped for. I ain't gonna lie. I was hyped for AB. I was hyped. I'm like, we about to get it popping. AB pissed me off every week on Hard Knocks. I just watched that. I was like, I hate him even more.
You know what the crazy part about that though? He did. I'm not gonna lie. He did have the best filmed scene in that entire series when he was in the pool. That was like. Yeah. That was like cinematically.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty awesome. It like sucks it had to be him.
I know. Yeah, I just that dude, man. Okay. Let me ask you this: Who had the
about him?
Well, okay, but I do have to ask this: Who had the worst breakdown, him or Chandler Jones?
Oof, I probably Antonio Brown, but
I think two different scenarios.
Maybe it's because Antonio Brown was more televised. I don't know.
Man, I think Chandler really has like issues. I think AB is like looking for attention, but we're not gonna mess around talking about them.
That was
curious.
That's a
my bad. I was just curious, man. Okay. I know Scotty will give it. He'd be 10 toes down with it. I just asked him.
All right, Scotty Whitey Raider on. We got a special guest behind the scenes. Any last words before we let you go?
No, that's it, man. I appreciate you guys giving me the time. Let's go Raiders, man. Let's go. Smash mouth football. Let's go. Let's put it in their mouth. Let's go. Hey, whatever happens this season, at least we made a shot at it. At least we not just sitting there. We doing something about it. I'll give Mark Davis props on that.
Facts.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Scotty Whitey.
Good seeing you, man. Shout out.
All right. We got another special guest behind the scene. We're just going to get right into it here. We have Mr. Johnny V. VP.
Hey. What's up?
What's up, Johnny?
How are you, man? Platform. You have heard from us. So when you found out about this, just tell me, what were your thoughts? Or were you surprised?
I mean, it's Halloween. The kids have just gotten home from trick or treating, and I'm kind of laying on the couch, just chilling, watching TV, and my phone alerts. I got something from the Raiders, and I read it, and I go, no fucking way. Like, sorry for my language. Who's messing with me right now? So I got on their mobile app, and yeah, man, it was real. Yo, it was real. So I couldn't believe it. I didn't think that Mark would do that. That would pull the trigger. I mean, we heard a lot of rumors about how he no wishy-washy kind of we heard a lot of rumors about how Mark was feeling, and then if you didn't see the videos by Vegas Ralph, he was taking a lot of grief from the fans. So you have to think that he's got some pride for the organization in there, and he has to say, man, we look like crap. We look like crap. So you either accept it and you go, it's the way it is because we got a new coach and we got new staff, we got players and this and that. But what we can't see being on the outside is what's going on the inside, and what's the reason why we're not playing well. Yeah. What's the reason why our schemes aren't working? Is it the players or is it the coaches? And I think if you're on the inside, for a fact what it is. Yeah. And maybe he just came to that point where he said, look, I've talked to enough people on the inside, coaching staff and players, and this guy's a soup sandwich. And he's just not going to make it happen, and he's never going to make it happen. So I think the smart move was to get rid of him and Ziegler. And Ziegler's kid goes to my kid's school, and I met him, and he seemed like a really nice guy. But that's the business, right? So,
and then Mick Lombardi was a surprise to me, but I guess they came.
That was a surprise. Yeah, that was
a package deal and collateral damage, if you will. But Johnny? What do you think? Do you think I should say? Not what do you think? Do you think that the alumni, meaning Tim Brown, Charles Woodson, Bo Jackson, do you think that was kind of like the tipping point for Mark Davis to be like, man, I got to really make a move here? Or do you think that was just a coincidental, it was already going to happen and the tweets just happened to come out simultaneously?
I think they have to be in his ear. I mean, he has a relationship with the players, right?
Yeah.
Just like his father. So if you think that they don't have his number and they can't call him and go, hey, man, here's what I'm hearing. This is what the players won't tell you. X, Y, Z. And then maybe he goes, really? That's what's really going on inside my organization?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had those jobs where you find out really what's going on behind the scenes. You go, damn, I didn't know it was like that. Right? I've been here every day. I didn't know it was going on like that. So maybe he had just had that. He had that aha moment where he goes, all right, this dude's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, it can't get any worse, right?
Well, let's hope not.
with this new coach, man, I hope that we don't do him like we did Bisaccia.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is this. If you're going to pick somebody to be the interim head coach, at least give them the respect to consider them seriously for the position.
I agree.
And not just give them a complimentary interview. But they should really have that first consideration when you're making them that interim.
I agree.
It shouldn't just be, well, I don't have anybody else, so do you mind? It should be like, no, this is my dude, unless he does something to
show
lose
otherwise.
That opportunity. Yeah.
So no, I agree.
A little different, right? I think this seems a little different than the Bisaccia move because, and this is why I say that. Not only the feeling of it, but the Bisaccia move was really kind of, it was made without careful thought because everything that happened with Gruden, I feel like probably happened pretty quickly and they had to make a decision. I mean, they've probably been thinking about this for weeks. Now.
Yeah, he asked people as his advisors.
Hopefully there was a little more thought process going through this choice, knowing that they're probably going to make some sort of move, opposed to the Gruden thing being kind of sprung on them and like, oh, you have to let him go. You know, he's going to resign and then make a decision. That's what I'm thinking.
I hope so, because the way this dude was talking in the interview, in the announcement today, I'm just like, oh man,
fired up.
If he rolls up his sleeve and he's got a shield tatted on his arm or on his chest or something, we're all gonna go nuts.
Right?
He probably does.
Nuts.
He probably does.
So next season, when he doesn't have the job, the Raider Nation's gonna burn this place down, man.
That's true.
Hey, you can't give us one of our own in a head coaching. Have we ever had one of our own? Now I know we've had players, coaches, but I mean somebody from,
but not Raider, like this.
Yeah, somebody from Raider Nation, somebody from the street that's like,
right.
Hey, I grew up with the Raiders. I was at the Coliseum. I'm rocking NWA. I'm blah blah blah, and now he's head coach. I mean,
yeah,
what?
That's a hell of a story, man.
Right?
That's like my dream come true. Like I said, I haven't been this excited to be a Raiders fan in a long time. Yeah. And tell me a little bit. You know, I won't get into. You already know my opinion about the kind of the dynamics in the stadium. Do you think that this changes this mentality that the coach has? Do you think that resonates into the culture, not only of just the fans, but what the Raiders as an organization decide to bring into that stadium? Because we all know it's changed very much.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because here's what I have to say about that. I think that the Raiders PR team and the Raiders themselves already recognize that they have a festering issue with the fans. And they're trying to fix it. They're trying to fix it, but they're trying to be very DL about it.
Yep.
And that's why we saw this change in social media, where now all of a sudden it's like, you know, hyping Raider Nation and you know, so when we were getting our season tickets and they were saying behind the scenes, oh, we don't want that riffraff.
Riffraff. They said that to me personally.
Right. But now I think they're fully embracing
the riffraff.
They're like, oh no, we've always wanted the hardcore fans in here.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, and we're sorry that there was this disconnect, but no, we've always loved you guys. Oh no, we can't believe you did that. Yeah.
Riffraff welcomed.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see now is you're going to see that we're a lot more welcomed. And I hope one day that we see the black hole banner back where it belongs on the end zone wall, you know, because then we'll know for sure that we're embraced and that we're back. So
I feel like that time's coming soon, honestly.
It is.
If you saw that reel, I don't know if everyone saw the reel that the Raiders put out today. It was Beast Mode at the podium. He was even cussing. They blinked it out though. And they were showing like the likes that you mentioned, you know, that ruggedness, and everyone obviously that they've traded or whatnot, they're like, this is our new team. They only showed Max and Josh and Adams, and then they had Beast Mode kind of as a spokesperson of it all.
Yeah.
Now, to me, this is a whole marketing campaign that I am 100% here for. Like, you know, Johnny, I don't enjoy going to the games in Vegas. And like now I'm kind of like, dang, I'm not going to the game this Sunday, but I was like, oh, I wish I could go to the game Sunday.
Yeah,
like I'm hyped again. Like if they, I think it was methodically planned that Pierce was going to come out and say, we're going to have this old school Raider vibe. He represented LA in that sense. And then they released a thing with Beast Mode, who clearly represents Oakland. To me, that was not a coincidence.
I agree. Again, it's this very slick marketing campaign aimed at Raider Nation. They know how to pull our heartstrings. They know how to push our buttons, and they're doing this little slick thing where getting us all hyped up because they want us. Yeah, exactly. They want us back. They want us back. They want to embrace us and, you know, kind of, oh, no, that was never my intention. It was never my intention to alienate you guys. It was never our intention to try to exclude you. And of course we want you here.
Yeah.
Of course.
And, you know, I'll take it. You know, if it took 4 years for them to realize that, that's the way it needs to be, I'll take it. Because I would rather it take 3-4 years to change it than honestly than me have to put up with it for the remainder of my life being a Raiders fan. So even if they're not going to come out and say, hey, we're sorry that we called you riffraff, and they want to be slick about it, I'm cool with it as long as it happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you have to look at what's going on. What is the owner hearing? The owner's hearing that his stadium is taken over.
Right.
The owner is hearing that the fans hate his coaches. And he's not only hearing it from the media, but he's hearing it from the fans themselves.
Yep.
And they're not being shy about it. They're not being shy about it. So, you have to look at it and you have to go, hey man, this guy is got pride in the organization and he's being embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right.
And good.
Right.
And Raider Nation, keep it up. Keep embarrassing him in public. Keep it up. Because without Raider Nation, what do they have?
Well, they have a stadium full of opposing teams' fans, and for a while there, I think we were thinking that his mentality was, Mark Davis, I'm speaking of, was, well, he doesn't care because fans and seats means money in his pocket. But I don't think that's enough for him anymore. To your point, Johnny, he doesn't want to be embarrassed. He doesn't want the Raiders to look like they're the opposing team's destination away takeover. Nobody wants that. And I think I don't know. Mark Davis has always been the kind of guy who was like, whatever, I don't care. I've been through it. Doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. He cares now.
Well, he has to. He
Yeah.
has to care. He has to care. He's got a very successful WNBA team, and now he's got to look at his football team and go, well, if I can do that with them, how come I can't do it with this? What's wrong with me and my decisions and my choices? And how do I fix it?
Yeah.
And what's my legacy going to be? Am I going to be the guy? Am I going to be the guy that could never win with his football team?
Yeah, I think for a long time I didn't think it bothered him that people would compare him to his dad and say he didn't know anything and his dad's the mastermind and all this. It seems like it's weighing on him. Everything is weighing on him. I think he honestly thought that he was going to move to Vegas. He did this grand thing that his dad always wanted, and everyone was just going to show up, be happy with the situation, and then he could just sit back and relax and enjoy his
and be the hero.
And that's not the case.
Right. Well, it's going to take some work.
Yeah.
It's going to take some work, and John Gruden didn't fix everything. He wasn't the magic wand.
At all.
He was not. Johnny B, before we let you go, tell me what you make of these next 4 games. We're going to look ahead here to the next games that could be somewhat winnable. But what are your thoughts? What do you project here?
I think that each game is a coin flip.
Yeah.
In high wind. So I don't think that you can really look at it and statistically break it down by historical meetings or anything like that. I think you look at it and you go, it's a coin flip in high wind. Who would have thought that KC would lose to the Broncos?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Any given Sunday, man.
Who would have thought that the Browns would beat the 49ers?
Yeah.
So can we beat the New York Giants? Absolutely. Can we beat the Jets? Yeah. Can we beat the Dolphins? Yeah. Can we beat KC? Yeah. We could be looking at 4 wins, or we could be looking at 4 losses, or 2 wins and 2 losses, or 3 wins and 1. Who knows? I don't think that there's anybody that can predict what's going to happen, especially with our rookie quarterback, a brand new head coach, a team that's in a transition. I like to think that we get 4 wins.
I agree with you, though, and I've said that many times when we're trying to do predictions and whatnot.
Wait, 4 wins where?
Across the board.
Across the board.
Right yeah.
He said it could go either way.
These four?
I said I like to look at it and see 4
because
wins.
he said it could go either way. So he's saying,
hey, I would love that. Absolutely.
I like to think positive.
I don't think he's going to running to the casino and putting his money.
I knew you were going to follow up with that, Spicy. I knew you were going to follow up with that.
I live in Vegas, and there's 2 ways that you bet. You bet with your you bet with your heart or you bet with your wallet.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're betting with your heart,
4-0, baby.
you're betting with your heart, you know, but bet with your wallet, then you might be looking at it differently. But like I said, I hope that we win those 4 games, but anything can happen.
Yeah. Do you have since we have you on here? Speaking of, you are out in Vegas and you are the VP of TBHLV. There's obviously a game this Sunday. Do you want to tell everybody what you guys got going on out there for the weekend?
Saturday night we'll be at Eye Candy. We've got Corrupt and Battle Cat as our entertainment. You know, we'll be there holding it down at Eye Candy. It's always a great time, and that's kind of our residency. And then the next day we'll be at J Lot with the J Squad having our tailgate. And I've done a Woodson whiskey infusion with maraschino cherries. So if you're out there and you want to stop by and have one of those shots of Woodson whiskey that I'm calling the N24, come on down. You're going to drink it, and it's going to taste like cherry Kool-Aid. You won't even taste the bourbon. It's going to sneak up on you, and next thing you know, you're going to say, the game's over. I didn't even make it inside. What are they doing to me? So, yeah.
See, this is how a half bottle of Woodson whiskey goes down way too easily.
Way too easy.
That drink. I haven't had yours specifically, and I'm looking forward to that. But I've had something similar, and they are tasty. I can say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Johnny B. Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you on here. We appreciate your insight. All right. Some good stuff, some good reactions for our friends out there, Raider Nation, who have decided to join us today. I know there was a lot of comments that are going on, so let's cut back to some of these comments. I just wanted to give each one of our guests their platform, so we didn't cut to the comments too much, but here we go. Here's Anthony said, here's a thought. If what y'all saying about Davis is true, let's see them open the facility in Henderson for Raider Nation watch parties for fans getting priced out. Well, I like the idea. I mean, I think that's tough.
Dope, though. I'm about to say that's dope. If
it's dope, and maybe it would just be hard. It's still a working facility. It's not really set up for fans to go watch. I do like the idea. I mean, I don't know what would a maybe, I don't know, maybe outside on the field and not inside. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of traffic going through, and I get it. Sounds cool.
Yeah, probably be on the field. Yeah, be on the field, like, and then have it on like the big jumbotron. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it's set up, but yeah, I mean, in theory, it sounds sweet though. I mean, they need to do something. I get what he's saying.
But I would say this. He's saying priced out. I would say this would be more for like an away game, because we need Raiders fans inside
in the stadium. Yeah.
And I understand the priced out thing. It might be too expensive and things of that nature. But I think this is just going to push. This would push Raiders fans more further away. I mean, listen. Excuse me. If I had the option to go to the facility during a watch party and pay nothing, then go to the stadium and pay, I know which one I'm doing.
That's true. That's true.
And we need to be all up in the stadium. So good thought, though. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the thought. Jay Jackson, what's good? He says, good evening from Arizona. Thank you for joining us. We got Hollywood in the house. Thanks for tuning in. We're doing good. Raider Magic 19. Beast Mode just said on Twitter, town business. You know that's right. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let's bring
hype. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Everything that everyone's been campaigning for. I have been campaigning for this. Listen, I know they're not going to move back to Oakland. That's wishful thinking. But at least can we bring the Raiders vibe, the fan Raiders vibe back into that stadium? I plead to you, Raider Nation, let's bring it in. I'm tired of seeing opposing teams' fans in our stadium talking trash in their colors, with their banners, not afraid of us. Think it's okay to talk trash to us. I'm tired of it. All right, get the band out of there. Send them to the cigar lounge. I'll hit them after. Get the DJ back in there. Let's go hyphy. Come on. That's what I want.
Spicy's done with the orchestra. She's ready to get the DJ. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I like it. Listen, the orchestra, let me know where you're playing on a Friday night, and I will go and support you gladly.
We'll see you on Friday. We'll see you on Friday.
My cigar in hand and my whiskey in the other hand. Come game day. Sorry, I don't want to see y'all there. I just don't.
Yeah,
It doesn't get me hype. It doesn't get me excited.
I know. It's.
That's not
I know.
going to get Marshawn Lynch shaking
Oh, yeah.
his heads on the sideline.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. There should never be a saxophone anywhere at a game, at a football game. Get the saxophone and all that up out of there. The harp.
The harp. We're getting late into the show. We kept it classy for an hour and 15 minutes now. Now we're gonna start talking trash. You know what I'm saying?
I know. See, what's the whiskey, man? See,
We went on 14 minutes too long. No, I'm kidding. Molly Mall says, I was at the Monday night game in Detroit. Josh McDaniels never interacted with the players. He stood way off to the side like he didn't want to be bothered. I wasn't there. I didn't see that, but was it that he stood off the side and didn't want to be bothered and nobody wanted to bother with his mess?
I mean, to be honest, man, it's like when you ask for like grown men to speak their mind, like they're gonna do it. So like when you open up the floor like that, he probably heard some stuff he didn't want to hear. So I mean, you know, I know a couple of those guys on the team seem like they're not gonna bite their tongue. So, you know, it may have hurt his little feelings, man. So who knows? He's a little Napoleon.
Who was it? Who's the previous coach? I forgot. Who cares? Who's our previous quarterback? I forgot. Who cares? Like, if this is not like the perfect opportunity to stop talking about any of those people, I don't know what is. I will try to make a pact to never mention their name again because they are a thing of the past. And I am tired of hearing about them, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this or not, but you don't need to be able to hear it.
Wait a minute. Hey, man, it's family. Wait a minute. Hey, yo, what's your problem, man? Y'all are brothers. You ain't supposed to be fighting each other. For the punk for get on, mama's boy. Get on.
I have a feeling this is probably about to talk
We can't go out and fight. Hey.
My favorite Max.
Why Mark smacking?
Oh, my favorite is Max. Just like
Max chilling. Like
in my mind, that like is actually how he looked in the locker room.
like peace.
Oh my gosh. Could you hear that, by the way?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, all right. So that's at least we heard that one. Let's see. Let's go back to some of these comments here. Remember, I know if you want to, you still have an opportunity. If you want to hit that super chat button for a chance to win the Woodson Whiskey T-shirt.
Yeah.
There you go. Hit that super chat button. Donate any amount for your chance to win the Woodson Whiskey T-shirt. I can speak here. If Mother Moon's around, maybe she can hand me the shirt so I can show everybody what they'll be kind of bidding for, if you will. And we did not do our signature drink tonight, but you know, if you don't have a signature drink that you want to pull from the Woodson Whiskey catalog, you can always just drink it our favorite way, neat. Well, actually, my favorite way is a spicy Raider Girl, not gonna lie.
Or mine is gone. That's my favorite way, gone.
Well, my favorite, I would say gone if I have some more.
Yeah.
I can't be like gone. Like my glass can be empty, but it can't be like gone.
That's true.
I'm excited to see though. No, that's okay. I'm excited to taste Johnny V's drink this.
Oh, he has one? Oh, you're talking about the cherries.
Oh,
the cherries.
Yeah, the one.
Oh, yeah, that there's no way that is like perfect.
Yeah. So it's I don't know if you can actually, if you'll be able to see this.
Yeah. Yep.
There's the Woodson Whiskey Tea, like I said, T-shirt. Nice. There's the front.
I love it.
Here's the back.
What's it say? Oh, nice. I like that.
So if you want to be entered to win this T-shirt, hit that super chat button. We'll be on here for about another 15 minutes. That will be your opportunity to win. If you do hit the super chat button and you don't end up winning the tea, we got stickers for you that we'll send out as a consolation prize as well. But now, since we just kind of rattling off here, any more thoughts that you have, Chris?
You know, not really, man. I just, again, you know, my biggest thing and the reason I started this platform, like, I really wanted to bring fans together. Like, I wanted us to, like, protect the shield at the end of the day. Like, my literal motto is players and coaches come and go, but we must protect the shield. So this is an example. We've been separated and divided for so long. At least it seems like so long. So hopefully we can all come together, with this opportunity. We got a coach that literally is like, embodies us as fans. He's not an elitist. He's somebody that's just, bleeds black and silver. So let's really try to get behind this. Let's try to stop all the nonsense in the comments and social media, and let's really try to get behind this, just so we could be the Raiders that we all grew up to love. So that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Let's get to that point. I've tried to change my tune a little bit too, because I try to practice what I preach. And
you've gotten better. You have gotten better. I've noticed.
Well, they're actually doing some things that I feel like are in the right direction. And it's not like, it's not like I was never not going to be a Raiders fan, but it was just really hard and sickening for me to really watch what's happened to this team over the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, the team we love.
Really for me, it started with the move. I'm not going to lie. And it was the move. And it was, I think, Mark Davis's demeanor and attitude about it at the time. It's been a lot of personnel things. So there's been a lot of bad. But like I said, now that if we think it's going in a positive direction, a direction that we've asked for, there's no reason to continue to be negative about it. If we're asking for positive changes or what we think is a positive change, then let's accept
roll
it.
With it. Absolutely.
I think it's so hard for people to be like, oh, I actually got what I wanted. Let's celebrate it. There still has to be some bitterness about it.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this, and you're gonna think I'm lying. I was on Twitter just a second ago. There literally was a guy that was under one of my comments saying #fire Antonio Pierce. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, man. Literally, it said fire Antonio Pierce. It's like at this point, you're just you're just not even a fan. Like, you are the scum of the earth to me, man. Especially now that I've finished on my Woods and whiskey. Once I get done with this, I'm gonna get back to you in the comments, sir.
Well, no, I'll let him go. Who cares? This is I believe you. I was actually watching the presser, and there were comments that were saying fire McDaniels. So
we did. We literally
I don't even know if they didn't know what they were watching. Like, this is our actual or they just keep complaining. Here's 3 things I don't know. I don't even know the count. Here's a few things I would like to never hear again. Our previous quarterback, the mention of our former head coach.
Yeah.
And talk about Mark Davis's haircut. Like, can we just move on from all of those things? Like, we can all probably agree that we probably aren't the fans of all 3 of those. So how about we just stop talking about it and then move on?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I like Mark, but I'm gonna still laugh at his haircut, though. Shout out to him.
We laugh at it, but every press conference, do we really need to see it?
We all gotta, bowl cut, yeah.
Like, oh my God, that one's brand new. You're so witty.
You're like, oh my God, you're so witty. You're so creative. How did you come up with that one?
I know. So, anyway, while I have you all still here for the remaining part of our show that we have, remember, we are going to be having another watch party.
Ooh.
Let me see. Let me get this comment off the screen so we can read the entire thing. So we're going to have another watch party November 26th. The party starts at 11 a.m. The game starts at 1 p.m. This is at the Bank Club in Emeryville. We are going to be having a live broadcast featuring, of course, Woods and Whiskey and V57 Cigars. There's going to be a live DJ and free admission, of course. We're also going to have at least one food truck. We might have multiple food vendors. We're going to have... we're going to be raffling off, I think I have one here. We're going to be raffling off a bottle of Woods and Whiskey, autographed Woods and Whiskey. So basically every cocktail that's purchased at the party will enter you to win one of these bottles. We're also going to have a raffle that we will be like, let's see. We'll be raffling off things of this nature, some shirts, and some other swag. So if you are in the San Francisco, Oakland Bay area, South Bay, San Jose, let's see, Greater Bay Area, even in the Valley over there, come out and join us. It's going to be fun. I think our friends from Sacramento, straight out of SAC, fitting today for that title, they're going to be joining us as well. So if you want a place to watch with a bunch of real Raiders fans, and like we've been talking about this entire show, the real vibe of what it's like to be an Oakland Raiders fan, come and join us.
Yeah, fire. I'm jealous. Like, honestly, living in Ohio, seeing you guys have all that fun stuff. Can Mother Moon adopt me? Like I want to be. I want to be able to go to the parties, man. This is fair.
Let's see. We'll take a couple more comments here before we wrap. Heard Mark used to fly all the way to Palm Springs to get that. Oh my God, come on. Oh, I like the end though.
Yeah.
I mean, people like to talk crap about him.
Oh yeah, honestly, that's a branding. I mean,
you know what's funny though? Like, she was like in a real interview one time with some like esteemed like, I don't know, some like Diane Sawyer type. You know?
Did they ask him about it?
They asked him about it.
What did he say? Oh my!
He said he's like, well, you know, it's easy. It's just like I dry and it's done. And that was it.
That's not easy. Yeah, that's not easy. I don't know.
Yeah. We're going to be moving our watch parties around the Bay Area, spreading the love. We also we're going to try to have one at Rob Ben's, which is actually down the street from from the Bay Club in Emeryville as well. So, you know, we just kind of moving it around. We have looked into even doing one down in San Jose for the South Bay fans, a little bit closer for them. So, you know, we just kind of spreading the love throughout the Bay.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, one thing I got to say about you. Oh, thank you, Mother Moon. Thank you. I will do my chores and everything. I promise. But is it too early to talk about anything we got going on that me and you got going on, or should we be quiet?
I think we should wait a minute. We should wait a minute. Let's make sure the flyers are printed. But we'll just say that if you
stay tuned. Stay tuned.
I'll just say if you are going to be out in the Miami area for the Raiders game, look out for a special event that we're going to be happening that we are going to be hosting out there. So yeah, let's wait till the ink's dry on the flyers. Let's say
there it is. We're not okay. That's true. But make sure you guys, like anyone that's subscribed to me that's watching right now, make sure you guys go subscribe to Spicy's channel.
And likewise, yes.
Make sure you guys do that, because we're going to get to the point where we're just going to like alternate on whose page we're going to stream on, and we want to make sure that everyone is, you know, on both of ours. So make sure if you guys got to leave right now for like 2 seconds and go to hers, then do so,
and vice versa. If you're watching on my end, if you have to leave for 2 seconds to or finish out the show, we're almost going to be done here. Finish out the show.
That's true.
Go ahead and do that. Yeah, we are streaming on both networks as of right now, just so we can get, you know, both fan bases involved so they know where to find us. I don't think we decided on the date where we're going to switch that up yet, but it will happen.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Raider Travis. He says, great show. Today was fun. Today was just, again, you know, not to harp on it too much, but today was a fun day to be a Raiders fan, I thought.
It was. We needed this. We needed this.
You know, I enjoyed putting the show together. I enjoy watching the presser today. I enjoyed, which is rare, to be honest. No offense, everybody. Maybe I shouldn't even say it. Forget it. I won't even say it. Let's just say I enjoyed today being a Raiders fan.
There you go.
Sometimes enough said is not that much, like Devontae Adams, right?
Right. For sure. But no, this was a great show. Thank you guys. Thank the chat, man. You guys were great today. We didn't get a chance to get to every comment, but you know, we're you know, we love you guys, man. So keep that up. And again, make sure you guys subscribe to both channels.
Yep, yeah, for sure. And you know, we go out one way and only one way. Raiders!
What's up, Raider Nation? I got a special message for you. Come on, you know what it is. Raiders.
Yahoo made this beat.
Let's go. To come back and play here for a second time around. You guys welcome me back with open arms, as if I never left. And this team is going to get so much better really, really soon. I want you to take a look out in the center of this field and look at all the guys that came back for this moment here today. We understand what it's about. We understand Raider Nation. We understand Raider love. Since 1966, you guys have been coming to this stadium and you've been rooting this team on the victory. You've seen this team win 3 Super Bowls. And we know the love that you have for this team. It ain't going nowhere no matter what it plays. We thank you guys for being here. And if you would just indulge me one time, I need that Raiders about you, baby. I need that Raiders. So if we get it, and we can get it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raiders! Raiders!
Thank you, Raider Nation. See y'all next week.